Hello and welcome to the FFC show. My name is Thomas Harkin. I'm joined by the current FFC 54 kilo champ, Layton Nolan, who fights out of the State of Flow Gym and Sapphire MMA. Layton, would you like to introduce yourself and tell us a bit about yourself, please, brah?
Well, my name's Layton Nolan. I've already got 4 titles, one on different kind of shows. Or like Tom said, I've won one on Full Flight Club, 54 kilo. I've won in the Irish Open Championship. I've won in the Warrior Hearts. I've won in and the SKS.
So it's safe to say that you've been around then, Layton, yeah?
Yeah.
You've had a good couple of goals as well.
Yeah.
Awesome. So, Layton, tell us a little bit about the gym. So obviously you train out at T-Soft and Sapphire. So where are they? Where are they on the map?
Oh, T-Soft is based off in Pinball and Skelmersdale, and Sapphire is based up in Highton.
Oh, nice. So is it close enough for training, or is it a bit of a drive, or?
Not really, not really. For now, because I live in Skelmersdale now, it's just T-Soft is just around the corner, and I'm moving up to Prescott in a couple of days, so Sapphire is just going to be around the corner from there as well.
Nice. And the thing is as well, obviously we all follow you, and a lot of us see on your Instagram stories where you're running and stuff. So you're quite you're mobile enough to get back and forth the gym anyway, as to say the least. Yeah. You know, so as we were talking about, we've got Layton, you're fighting on the next card on August 25th, Ronda Rampage 2. You're fighting against Brandon Hughes in a 58 kilogram N-class title. You're going to be the first person from FFC to go in for a dual martial arts title, so to say, and obviously going for another weight class as well. So how's training going? How are you feeling with preparation and stuff?
Feeling amazing. I'm just training for no. It's not just only fighting training. I've got loads coming up and just non-stop training.
Yeah, that's great. That's one of the things that I've always said, and I stand by that. Considering that you're still under 18, you're still getting the experience, and you still, and that's one of the best things about you is you're constantly fighting. You're not one of those people who's just going to take 8 weeks off after one or whatever. You're just constantly learning.
Yeah,
and that's
more.
Sorry.
More experience.
Exactly, and that's one of the things, especially at your age as well. You know, like you can see it. Like we've all watched you fight. Like I'm a fan myself, obviously through Flow Fight, where I've watched you since you start. Like, but we were watching your last performance and on FFC1, and one of the commentators, Callum, he mentioned how stoic and how calm you were, and how everything was just like, okay, just take her in my stride, and I think that is evident of what you just said. You just getting the experience in,
Yeah, getting experience.
So obviously we've got, like we said, we've got Ronda Rampage 2 coming up in 3 weeks. What else have you got lined up for yourself for the year, late?
Well, a week before there, I'm already fighting for the K1 title in St. Helens, which is going to be really good. And then a week after Ronda Rampage 2, I'm fighting in Glasgow for I think it's a ICO British title.
Nice. Have you been to Scotland before?
No, I've never been to Scotland.
No, never fought up there. So before we do carry on, so you fought Wales, Ireland, England, obviously. Anywhere else you've been?
I've been nowhere else. Nowhere else.
Just the 3 home nations so far. That's good though, because it's just more in it. It's just like next, okay, we're gonna go to Scotland, then from Scotland, then we're gonna go elsewhere. But yeah, as you were saying, what else you got lined up?
And then after Glasgow, in November. I'm fighting in Manchester on the last round. I think I might be fighting for, I don't know what card, but I'm fighting for an ISKA title on there.
Nice.
And then a couple of weeks after, I think I'm defending my Warrior Hearts English Championship belt.
Nice.
I'm for defending that. And then December, fighting rematching on Cafe Tender Series for the British title. And then the end of the year, I'm fighting for the Fight Series title, what I just previously won in there.
Nice. So as we said, experience is key then, isn't it? It's about just getting it in. And that's one of the things that like we were talking about, just to keep getting the experience and to keep pushing yourself and going to these different places. Because like I said, you can see it. You can see in your performance, you can see you know, in the way you handle yourself as well. Like, you know, you got to the show, you easy enough. It's just like just another normal day, you know, just like another normal day. And one of the comparisons that I keep making, and I say to the boys, I was like, you've got to remember that when you're fighting, you're learning and you're overcoming at like you're overcoming a stage where you get better than what you were before. And obviously it's not like football, is it? You can't, well, I say it's not like football. This is something you were doing, is you're competing every week, which is obviously then for showing and is proving that you're getting better and better and better every time.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and it's great to see as well from a fan's perspective, from a promotions perspective, and then also not just that, but like from people who were not involved in the sport, you know, like especially people who are around your age, you know, that play football, play rugby, or they do something a little bit different. They never really had the confidence to start fighting or to start competing. And especially with you, you put in like you're striving and you put in a bit of a you're flying the flag for youth combat sports, you know, and I think that's something that you should be proud of, because you've had, what was this, over 28 fights in 2 years now?
I've had 24 fights in 2 years, yeah.
Not too bad. That was quick off the top of my head for 28.
Yeah.
But that's what I mean. It's like you've got the you know, the path set out, and it's great that you're going forward with it, and it's great that, like I said, you're carrying a flag for youth combat, and it's great that you keep doing what you're doing, and you show people that competing every week is good, because you're learning and you're becoming better, you know, and that's good, and it's great to see, again, like I said, from Pro Fight Risk perspective, as a fan, it's great to see, you know. So obviously, as we just touched on, you're the current K1 54 kilo champ. That we can see the belt just behind you. Now with this bout, we're going into Thai. So tell me, is there any different? Obviously, I'm not going to say is there any difference in training, because I know the difference in martial arts. But is there anything that you find that's different that you've done for training?
Not really. It's just doing loads of technical stuff, and using all that technical stuff into sparring.
Nice. So you know, we're sparring. What's your sparring strategies like? How long are you doing? How many rounds are you doing?
I've been doing 3 minutes every time I do sparring.
Nice.
5
3-minute rounds. Nice.
Loads of shark tanks as well. Loads of shark tanks.
Yeah, everyone loves a shark tank, don't they?
Yeah.
Everyone loves a shark tank. No, that's good. So, you know, with sparring, so is there anything that you're, obviously you said you're drilling the techniques and you're working the certain techniques in and stuff. So is there anything that you're favorite in? So you're obviously with Thai or K1, which is something that you prefer training in or prefer fighting in? Sorry.
Wait, can you tell me that again?
So what do you prefer, Thai or K1?
To be honest, I get told that I like more of a K1 fighter, but like when I'm fighting, if I got told to fight Thai or K1, I'd rather fight Thai.
Yeah, why would you rather fight Thai?
It's just I feel like I have more fun.
Okay,
and
nice.
It's more rounds as well. I have more chance to like see what my opponent's like. But in K1, you have to rush, don't you?
Yeah.
Thai, relaxed.
No, yes, that's a good way of saying it as well, because obviously you've got, you know, you're looking at it in a way of, you know, the fight, which is good. And I think I'm the same. I think if I was gonna to choose to compete in one, it'd probably be Thai again. I don't think it'd be K1, just because you are right. It's a lot more fun with Thai, isn't it? You know.
Yeah.
It is. It's a lot more fun. So obviously now back to the gym. So T-Soft, I know T-Soft myself. So obviously T-Soft's a predominantly Thai striking gym, and when you're there, like what's your type of your training partners like? Are they? Do you have anybody you train with at your own age, or are you training with older people?
I'm the youngest in my gym. I'm the youngest, I'm the smallest, and I'm sparring with all the bigger kids.
Gotta be done, innit? Gotta be done. I like it. I like that. That's the best way, man. You know, you're just dealing with what's in front of you, and you're just learning. That's the best thing, isn't it? You know, you're just taking on what you can. So the other gym that you're training out of is Sapphire MMA. Now, obviously, the clue's in the title there with the MMA. Are you going to transition eventually, or are you just going to stay in stand-up striking?
I haven't thought about it, but it's something I could think about in the future.
Well, this is the thing, you know, with your with all of your obviously your striking experience, like, and you get the smaller gloves and the no shin pads, and the ability to throw spinning back fists or spinning, anything like that, where you get the extra technique and stuff. Like, yeah, like you said, you never thought about it, but it's always another route, isn't it? Something that you could keep looking towards, maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
So, like, obviously with training now, and obviously we're competing, one of the things that you do, which is really good, is that you're always on the road. You're always going, you're always moving around, you're always training. Now, does that ever affect you? So what I mean by that is, obviously you're coming down to Wales in a couple of weeks, and then you're going up to Glasgow and back and forth. Do you ever feel that the traveling ever affects you at all, or is it just something you just take in your stride?
No, not really affects me, to be honest. I'm just
Yeah, no, I like that. Just because you know what it's like. Sometimes you get a lot of people. It's like, oh, I've had to drive 4.5 hours to come and fight. That's why I didn't perform, or this has happened, or this has happened, or this has happened. And it's good. It's good to hear that that doesn't affect you as well, because, like I said, you get a lot of people who try and use everything around them as an excuse on not to perform the way they did. You know what I mean?
yeah.
So obviously with fighting and stuff, what else do you into? Like, is there anything else that you do, or is it just strictly combat? Do you play any football or anything else, or play rugby or anything?
I used to play football, so I only used to do fighting for like I used to do training for fitness
Yeah.
before football, but I ended up quitting footy and telling my dad I wanted to fight.
Okay, cool.
And from there, I've just always been training, fighting non-stop.
Nice. And that's good as well. Obviously, I wanna bring your old man in a bit, and I wanna speak to Paul as well. But it's good that you've got that support network around you as well, that lets you, do everything that you, like you said, you had a choice. You wanted to do something, and with Paulie, you put everything and put all the effort into putting you into what you wanted to do, which is always good to have a good support network around you, isn't it?
Yeah.
And big respect to Paul, because well, as we were just saying about traveling everywhere, because you never do it alone. Paul's always with you, isn't he? He's always in the corner, always there.
That's always been there. Every fight, never miss one.
No, that's really good. That's really good. And so right now, back to Run the Rampage 2. Now, do you know much about your opponent?
I know he's a bit older, and he's come for a good gym team elite. They do have some good other people in there you can spar with, and they've got the good technique. But I don't really know much about Brandon. I know he's lost his last 2 fights.
Yeah.
He's lost the Sandy Fight Series and love to fight against 2 really good people though. So, but I know he is a decent kid, and it's going to be hard. It's going to be a battle.
Yeah, that's good, because obviously I'm not going to say you had a walkthrough in your first one, but in the first round of the Rampage, we had a bit of an issue matching you. But then when to get you matched, you could kind of see that, back to the experience, you could kind of see that you were very comfortable, very confident in what you were doing. You knew exactly how to win the fight. You knew what was needed, and you made sure to execute everything that you had as a game plan. And now with this one, as you said, you know of him, he's from Team Elite. He's a strong gym. Now, is it anything that you expect? Are you expecting a first round finish, or are you expecting a 5-round war?
I to be honest, it depends. It depends how his cardio is, because the last kid I fought on the first round of Rampage, he didn't have a really good cardio, and that's why I dominated a lot. And if this kid has a decent cardio, it could go all the way. But if he doesn't have a good cardio, it's not going past 3 rounds.
And you could see that you seen that when you were taking your opponent from your previous one into deep waters, you could see that you were too much. Where you were putting the pressure on, and it was the consistent pressure that that won that fight as well. It was great to see that you would drag somebody to deep waters and you'd still swim, which was perfect, and it was great to see that. So it's good that you're expecting it as well. Obviously, with this next one, you stated that he's from a good gym, and cardio wins fights. A lot of people don't think that, but cardio does win fights, and especially when at your age, because you're a lot faster, you're a lot lighter, it does win fights. And then not just that, especially in the Thai rule system, you can hang off him, you know, with a clinch. You can clinch, you can throw, you know, there's so much that you can do. So yeah, it's good to hear. Now, obviously you said about the technique and stuff, he comes from a strong gym. Now, two seconds, bro. My dog has just come in. He's gonna pant like mad. I don't know if you can hear him panting, but he's just coming panting. He's pouring on me. He is. Right there, lie down. Come here. There you go. Good boy. So another thing is with obviously your fights and stuff. Now, is there anything that you do which is like I don't know, like an old favorite? So for example, there was one that we used to do. There's a hill back home with us. It's called Penry's Hill. And when we were fighting, that was one of the things that there was like right at the end of camp, you know, we were like, right, everyone's got to do this run now. And then you know you're ready to fight. Is there anything that you do in particular that you know you're ready to go, or you just go in every week? Do you know what I mean?
I go in every week.
Yeah, it's just
I'm always ready.
Always
I'm
ready.
always ready. Fight. This literally every week. Every week's a fight camp. It doesn't matter if fighting or not. Because I could get out for the fight like right now, and I will take it because I know I'm already ready because I'm training all the time. I'm just ready for anything.
That's an awesome mentality to have as well. You know, like you hear a lot of pro fighters say that, you know, stay ready, stay ready, stay ready. And Michael Bisping is one of those advocates for that, isn't he? You know, he was always one of those people that, like, you know, you got to stay ready. You don't have fight camps when I say amateur, but you know what I mean, when you're not 18, you're not professional, so to say, you know. And it's good to hear as well. And obviously it works. You know, you're nearly 30 fights in, and you sat on pretty much goal behind you there, like, and you can see that, you know. But yeah, like another thing then. So with Ronda Rampage, is there anything you're expecting from your opponent in particular? Is there anything that you expect him? Is there anything that the gym is known for? Because obviously he's traveling down himself. He's traveling down from Liverpool himself. So is there anything that the gym is known for, or?
I know. I've seen Brandon use a back kick twice in his last two fights. That's all I'm expecting. A back kick. He used it in his face to do over his opponent's face in the last one. No, in London Love to Fight, and then in his last one of Fight Series, he used it straight away into the body. So there's something I'm expecting there.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's something that obviously, like you said, you're expecting straight away. Is there? I don't want you to give too much away. Obviously, I don't want to jump into your game plan. But is there anything that you've drilled specifically to work with that, or is it just something you're going to handle when it happens?
I'm just going to handle when it happens.
Layton, I really, really like your demeanor, brother. I really do. I like how I like your confidence. It's awesome to see. You can see that you're just there to go, man. You're ready to fight, and it's awesome. And like I was saying, like, obviously I speak to your dad quite a bit, and you know, I've said it many a times that, like, I've watched you since your first couple of fights, and to see the progression and to see the, you know, like, just to see you now from the first couple of fights I've seen you, and it's so good to see how much you've grown. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's really cool as well because you're very professional about everything. You know, like, one of the things I've watched a couple of fights, I've watched a couple of decisions go not your way a couple of times. And don't get me wrong, I'm one of the first people to text your old man and say, that's bollocks. that wasn't, that didn't go, that wasn't the right decision or whatever. But one of the things that you should be very proud of yourself is the way that you handle everything. You know, you're not, considering that you're under 18, you're under 16, you're not one of those people that's just going to throw your toys out the pram if nothing went your way. You know what I mean? You take everything, and you're very professional about the way you handle things. So I think that being so young as well, and being so young in your career, I think that's such a great thing to have going forward, you know. And I think that you should be proud of yourself going forward, man, because the way you handle yourself, and you, like I said, you're a pioneer for youth combat, and it's great to see. You know, it's great to see you do that, and it's great to see you, like, grow and learn along the way, you know.
Yeah.
You know, so back to it. So with, obviously we touched on training. What day? So obviously you said that a fight camp is pretty much every week. So run me through your training plan. So what's your Monday look like normally?
So on my Monday, I only train once on a Monday for just a normal technical session. Monday it's 6:45 to 7:45.
Nice.
Or actually sometimes I'll go and train with my dad for like going like doing weights or something, or doing more cardio.
Yeah.
Or me, yeah, I think he takes me anytime. It's take me time I want to.
Yeah, because obviously with your dad being a PT as well, you know, it's good to have your dad there to have that extra sense of conditioning, and especially, you know, your extra cardio work that you can see that you're putting in. So what about Tuesday?
And then Tuesday, I'm mostly going with my dad as well, yeah, for more gym like, yeah. And then on the morning, I do my pad work with Chris from Aspire. Yeah, I do pad work there.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, that's my Tuesday. And then Wednesday, I did a junior, there was TSOF just started a new 6 weeks junior training course for just little kids. And yeah, just to get them into like training and cardio and that. And I help out.
Oh, that's cool. See, again, that relates back to what I was saying about you being, you know, obviously within your community as well. Like I see your support from obviously when we post anything, and you know, I see how many people react and respond. And I think especially having you in the gym when they are doing the, you know, this younger, because it's like a school holiday program, I assume, is it? Yeah. Like I think that's great, you know, especially having a young champion in the gym to see so these kids know what they can, you know, it's obviously they can see what's capable, you know, and that's great. So we done Wednesday, Thursday.
And no, Wednesday I still after that session I do another session with TSOF, 7:15 to 8:15.
Yeah.
Thursday I do more with my dad, more with Chris with pad work in the morning, and then after all that 6 o'clock I do like a high box session, or like it's like a training session. We do weights, machines, running, 6 till 7, and then after that I do 7 till 8. I do sparring with TSOF.
Nice, man. Nice. And
then Friday I do the junior session then with all the people from TSOF. Yeah.
So obviously with such a stacked training plan, one of the things that obviously a lot of fighters work on, and because you fight so much, is recovery. Now I see you with raw alkaline. Obviously you're just about to drink some there. Now, is there anything that you do in particular for your recovery, or is it, because I know from following you that you do a lot of ice bath and sauna.
Yeah.
Is there anything else that you do for recovery, or is it just those?
I just think it's just them.
Yeah.
It's them. Yeah.
And which is your favorite, the ice bath or the sauna?
I prefer the ice bath.
Yeah, I like the ice bath as well. It's such a cool feeling when you get out, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. It's fucking horrible when you get in.
Oh, it is. But you just gotta get used to it.
Yeah, you do. It's the same as everything, isn't it? You know, just go over there. So what I wanted to do, like, I wanted to bring your dad in as well, and I wanted to get your dad's perspective. So is your dad available right there now?
Yeah, he's available if you want to speak to me. Yeah, he showed you.
Yeah, if I can bring Paul in.
What's happening, big man?
What's happening, Paul boy? How's it going? You all good?
How are we, mate?
All good, brother. Thanks. But Paul, if you can you just give yourself a quick introduction, just to let everybody know who you are and what you do for Layton as well, please, bro.
Hello, I'm Paul. I'm Paul, Layton's dad. Obviously, I'm his strength and conditioning coach. From his old coach as well. From his old, I'm just talking from. Obviously, we just moved clubs. Not going to go into one about it, but I was the fight promoter there now. So basically, I'm like his fight manager now. But basically, I'm moving now. We doesn't like fight for one club now. We fight for two. We fight one for the K1, and then he fights one for his tie. So basically, no disregards or no hard feelings from his last club. They done it. I loved everything they done for him. He started them off, but I just felt that he needed that extra push and that extra level to move up. So we made the change, and then we just got to see what happens. And I just hope it all goes well in the future.
And Paul, one of the things like I mentioned throughout this conversation already with Layton is, you know, you've got a massive input, as you said. Obviously, you're Layton's manager as well, so you've got a massive input in what you know, gets put in forward. What Layton gets put forward to. Now, with being your son and obviously being his dad, do you find any extra pressure? Do you find that, like, I've seen you corner, I've seen, obviously, I've cornered against you at one point when Jory, where obviously we're Jory, but do you have any extra feelings when he fights, or is it just right, this is what we got to do, let's just get it done?
No, basically, I get asked this question all the time. How do you feel when Layton's fighting in the ring? And to be honest, I love it. I don't like that. I don't think is he going to get hurt? And no, I just know my lad's in that ring and he's going to do well. And it's a mad feeling, but it's a boss feeling watching my lad fight. And when I'm in that corner, it's extra special. It's madness.
That's awesome, because obviously, everyone's heard about, you've got, Jack Shaw and Shaky Richard Shaw from South Wales. Obviously, Jack Shaw's in the UFC. They're in the same dynamic as you. Shaky's Jack's head coach, and obviously, that's his dad as well. So they're the same dynamic. And like you just said, I think not a lot of people will ever have that feeling, because it's not the norm, to watch, like you said, to watch your son go in and compete against people, and especially as regular as he does, which again is down to the fact that you want to push him to get better, and that's one of the things that I've said, and we've all spoke about, me and you spoke about it many times, that there's these fights that you take, which is learn, grow, and get better. And then as we've seen behind you, you've got all of the belts that he's earned, and he's won, and he's taken, and it's such a good thing to see. So Paul, with obviously fighting and stuff, what about yourself? Obviously, we know you train, we know you PT. Do you ever jump in and do any extra sparring or pad work yourself, or is it just
I do the odd sparring, I do the odd pad work and all that. I've had the odd few little fights and that, but I just basically now just concentrate, obviously keep myself fit. I'm a PT and I like to help others, and it's all about my little lad. I just want the best for him, and like, obviously, lads, I've been watching obviously your interview with Layton now, and as you said to him, you said to him about a few decisions hasn't gone his way, and that is hard to see him, and then I've just got to pick him up, and then, but he takes it on the chin every time. Sometimes you lose, sometimes you win it, and as you say, it's all experience.
Exactly.
When he grows and goes into pro, that's what all these fights are all about. Experience.
Exactly. And one of the best things, and I kept saying this, is that you have the ability where, that's one of the things I said with Layton. The fact that he's such a professional in the way he deals with it. They were like his last, I think it was 2 fights before his last one, I think, and I was watching it and I instantly responded straight through, and I was like, that was an awful decision, But the way that Layton handled it, it wasn't like, throws his toys out of the pram. And that's why I kept going back to the fact that he's a pioneer for youth combat at the moment, especially, obviously you work with Fighting for Autism, you work with all of these other organizations that help. And I think that it's great that he keeps doing what he's doing. And I think it's awesome that he has the support that he does from you as well,
Yeah.
Because
Tom, that last fight he took on, we took it on 2 days' notice. The last fight in Birmingham, and the kid was English, British. He's won everything junior, English, British, European, world, and he's even fighting for Great Britain. And I didn't know much about the lad. I just took the fight on straight away. And then I was getting phone calls when I was telling people who the lad was. When I got the poster and started posting it, as my phone started blowing up, getting phone calls saying, don't let Layton fight this lad, because who he is and what he's won. And me and I ain't like that. We're not like that. I don't care if he's won this, won that, or he's won whatever. And the first round, I give the kid the first round. He did win Layton, but Layton was used to it. Layton's used to fighting 5 2-minute rounds, and that fight was only 5 1-minute rounds. And the kid was basically blowing out to his ass. Sorry, was swearing.
No, you can swear. But Paul, I've been swearing. You can swear all you want, but
yeah, Layton just went after second round, right to the fifth. Layton was just all over him, and I couldn't wait to get on that phone and tell everyone who was ringing me up, told you. So some people go by records, but you know, it's hard for Arlene to get a fight now because, the first thing they say is experience and the record, and then soon as a gym or the coach hears that, they don't want to fight you.
Yeah, and that was one of the biggest issues that I kept at. Like, obviously, I'm not the matchmaker for FFC. Liam is, and Liam would have an opponent, and then literally it'd be a week later they'd be, oh no, actually, they've watched him fight, or they've seen him fight, or they've seen him do something. Then it's like, oh no, actually, we won't take that. And then you're right, you know, and it stems back to the point of just fighting for experience. Like, that's the thing. I know, obviously, records. They at the moment they don't mean nothing until he's pro. You know, it doesn't really mean nothing, is it? You know, it's just learning. It's just growing and growing and growing.
Yeah, exactly.
And I bet it is hard, but at the same time, it's hard. But obviously, it shows, as you were just referring back to that last fight, where people were phoning you and telling you not to do it, not to do it, not to do it. It just shows that you're like, well, put it in front of me, I'll fight it, you know, and that's great again. And that's right. And it refers back to the fact that Layton is again another pioneer for youth combat, because it shows everybody that you may not believe in me, but I fucking believe in myself, and I'm going to go out there and I'm going to do what I can. And
my dad believes in me.
And as my next point is, like, I've got the best support around me that has pushed me into this position, and that being you and your team that he's got with him. And then he comes out and he does the performance that he does, you know. It just shows that having the right support network is vital in combat, you know.
Yeah. Tom, by our Layton taking that fight on, what I got told not to let Adam fight, he got, for him winning that fight, he won it. He's got to fight. He's got now to fight for the title because he won that, and plus he's having that same lad a rematch for the world title in February. And that's all because he took that fight on and he won, and because he believed in himself.
Exactly.
And
that says it all, Tom.
It does. And that's the thing. And that's what combat sports are about. It doesn't matter where you come from, what you've done. If you believe in yourself and you put the work in and you've got the right people around you, you are everything is capable. Everything is capable. And we've seen that. And to refer back to that fight, probably one of the coldest moments I've seen in youth combat is when Layton walks in with his gloves wrapped around his neck and does the face off. That's probably one of the coldest things I've seen.
God, you see something like that out of the UFC, mate. It was. I loved the fight, but it was the face off after it. It was unbelievable. It was an unbelievable experience.
That was cool as fuck, because I just literally, I think it was. I watched the fight, and then I come off Instagram and I went back on, and then the first thing I seen then was just Layton storming into the cage, and
he must be out the way.
It was cool because, like I said, it was the fact the gloves were hanging off you. You were still ready to fucking go by the looks of it. Do you know what I mean? You were just straight in. Let's just get it done. Like, and
he didn't even give the lad who won. Didn't give him 5 minutes of fame with his winning the belt.
Walked in, turned him round, face off, let's go. It was
no,
but like I said, that's awesome. So, Paul, with yourself then, do you find from a parent's perspective, do you find anything that you do in particular that helps with the fight? And obviously I know you've got a different relationship with him right now, and what I mean is I know that you're part of the training camp, and I know that you're his coach as well and his management team. But have you got anything to say to, like, up and coming parents that they want their kids to start fighting? Is there anything that you think? Any advice you can give anybody?
Some parents, I think some parents need to push that little bit extra with them and do that little bit of extra work with them. Like, obviously, when our lady's got a cut, that's me doing all that with him. You've got to make sure he's eating properly. I'm not even that. I've got to do the cut myself. I can't have biscuits and chocolate in my house. I've got to not buy all that shit. You know what I mean? It's got to be all down to discipline. And not even that. Before schools, I take them to bridges, make them run. Parents have got to give. If you really want your lad, like some parents take the kids and just like get off and leave them there. Nah, I don't. I'm there, and you've got to give them that. If you really want them to push, make a career of it, you've got to put that exit in. You can't just leave it to the coach. The parents have got to be 100% in with the coach. If you really want your child to have a future in the fighting game, you can't just leave it to the coach.
That's great to hear. From, like, obviously I coach myself and with a promotion, and it's good to see your perspective as well, because a lot of people don't see it that way. Like a lot of people think, referring back to football and rugby, a lot of people think they just drop them off and it's just like, there we go, you know, go and have fun.
Yeah.
But I think I agree with you. I agree that you need that push. And I think one of the things with you is you're very disciplined yourself. You're very, you know, you're in shape, you're constantly training. I think that being the right role model for Layton as well, and because you've done it all, you know, and you still do it with him, I think that it refers back to leading from the front, doesn't it? You know, you are leading from the front, you are doing what you need to do. And I think that, and yeah, from an outside perspective, I think that's the best thing to have, is the fact that you will do it. You're not going to run away from it. You're not going to shy away from the hard work. You're going to put the hard work in yourself as well.
And they're all going, and you can just tell by all the sponsors he's got as well.
Exactly.
So I pushed it out there. He's basically got about 14 sponsors now. He's got protein, water. He's got you sponsoring with the clubber. He's got 3 gyms that sponsor him, where he can go in, use ice baths. And it all comes down to just giving them that, the parent, giving them that extra push.
Yeah, of course. And the other side is you got to remember, as you do a lot of that as well. Like obviously Layton does a lot himself, but one of the things that you do is you make sure that you're involved and you are getting what you need. Like obviously, you know, no offense to Layton, but obviously without you, they wouldn't be the 14 sponsors as well, because obviously you deal with a lot of the social media stuff, you know, and as you said, exactly. And as you said, I think having that the right support network around you is something that, again, pushes his career into the trajectory of being taken off and being, you know, world champion. And that's what, I'll be honest with you, I don't sponsor. I think they've got in the Flow Fight with sponsorship program, I think there's 4 fighters, and Layton was the first one. And Layton, from the first time we were talking, which was I think now over 2 years ago, from then, that's when I, like I said, I felt straight in. As soon as I seen him fight, I fell in love with his fight style. I was like, right, I'm in with this now. And then, like I said, within a couple of weeks, I was like, right, I'll sponsor this kid. And from there, that was it. That was the exact one. I remember. And I remember texting you after, and I said, I was like, right, I'm taking him on board. And, you know, again, it refers back to what you do, like the promotion that you do for me, for On the Rampage, for Flow Fight Club, everything. It just refers back to the fact that you have the right people around you, and it shows that you can, you know, you can go on and do these great things. And obviously Layton is a product of that, you know, and it's great to see. Now, Paul, another couple of things I wanted to ask, right? So, you know, obviously you said about with training, you get involved and stuff. Now, with TSOF, what's your training like with your PTs? Do you PT and do strength and conditioning at TSOF, or is it elsewhere?
Yeah, my training, I'm in the gym for 6 o'clock every morning. Every morning. But on the Saturdays, I do high box in the morning, 6 o'clock. Then I come home, sort Layton out. If he's going on a run, then sort him out for school. Then I go back, I do PTs. Then I come back just before school time. And then it's sort him out, and then sort his scran out, and then sort him out wherever he's got to go. If it's going to be to snapping to his K1, or it's going to be down to Levi's for the tee off. Then I do kids classes. Then I do strength and condition classes, Paulie circuit, high rocks, and then more PT. I don't get home sometimes till 9 o'clock every night. So basically now, obviously when Layton comes down and does his K1, that's right next to my gym. It's my mate's gym, right next door to my gym. That's in Layton. But Levi's obviously my mate as well, where he does his time out and tee off. So Layton gets a bite now. Layton goes there on himself now. He's a big boy. So it's a busy schedule, but there's nothing best what I'd rather do.
See, and you can see that. You can see as soon as you start talking about the schedule, you can see you just start smiling straight away. You're like, from it, it's like it's busy as fuck, but I love it, you know, and it's great to see. Like,
apart from all that, I've got to be a dad to my little baby girl, and then I've got our little Paulie, and then I've got our Caitlin as well. But the good thing about it, as Layton was saying earlier on, where he's just started doing the 6-week for the kids class. Our little brother Paulie has just stopped playing football. He wants to fight now like his big brother. So Layton's learning him, and our Paulie's joining.
See, that's awesome. Again, and this is what I said, that like I've said it so many times in this now, but he's a pioneer for youth combat, because you get so many people who don't, like, there's so many people who don't get recognized for what they do, and bringing giving kids the opportunity to come and train and giving them the opportunity to see what is capable if you work, you know, and that's the thing. People can see that if you do the work, Layton's the end product, you know, and it's the fact that you have to do it. You can't just shy away from it, you know, and it's great to see, and it's great to hear it as well, especially being his little brother as well coming up. I had my niece in the gym yesterday for the first time, and she started doing karate, and I brought her down, and I was like, come down with me as well. So it was
that
good
the
to
one
see.
who's doing the knee kicks we get?
Yeah.
Oh, we've seen it. Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah. So
The leg kicks.
yeah, she was her first time in, but like I said, it's such a great thing to see, especially with youth coming through and training. Like when I was younger, there was one or two gyms, if that, you know, that nobody was training. It was so barbaric to fight or whatever. It was either boxing or that was it. It wasn't really Muay Thai around me, or it wasn't, and then MMA come in, you know, but it's great to see it progress. Now, Paul, obviously we got Ronda Rampage 2 coming up now. How are you feeling on the fight? Obviously, do you know much about Layton's opponent? Do you know much about Team Elite?
Brandon, well, son, who's the coach there. Yeah, we're good friends. Brandon's got a teammate in there called Reese. I'm good mates with his dad. Reese comes and watches our Layton. I go and watch it. Reese, we're really good mates. He knows me, me auntie, his dad, and all that. But Brandon, I've watched a couple of his fights. He's a good fighter. It's going to be a good. I'll tell you what, both of them are good fighters. So it's going to be an interesting fight between him and Arlington. But I'm really can't wait to watch it and enjoy it, because it's going to be all at it. Both of them, they're both from the same area, and they're both good young fighters. And I just know it's going to be a quality fight on your show.
And that's what we want, and that's one of the things that we want as well, especially being in the smaller ring.
Yeah.
Excuse me, especially being in the smaller ring, you know that you can't really run. You have to fight, you know, and that's one of the things that obviously they will do. Now, obviously, coming down from Liverpool, obviously, as you said, they're both from the same area, and they're coming down to Ronda to bash it out for a title. Now, obviously we've got Ronda Rampage there. Now, when you were down last time, was it any other fights that stuck out to you from the card that you watched? Obviously, you cornered against myself. You cornered with T-Soft against Jory, who was from Apollo Sports. But is it any other fights that stood out to you?
Yeah. What's his name from the Lincoln? The bald-headed fella and the other one with the black hair. We got pictures with them, didn't we?
Oh yeah.
And he always comments on Arlene's pictures all the time. I think you know
Aaron.
The bald-headed fella, right?
Yeah.
What's his name? He looks like that dart player. Yeah, is he from Lincoln?
Yeah, Aaron. I think
you know what going on about. And the other one's got the black hair.
Yeah, Rowan. That was yeah.
But I think he got beaten, didn't he?
No, he beat my. Oh, right, Gareth. Yeah, that's Aaron and Gareth.
Gareth, he got beat, but we had a good chat with him. He was a really nice fella.
Yeah, that was a good fight. Gareth and Cornelius, that was a really good fight. You know, Gareth, again, you know, like Gareth come down to my gym a couple of weeks prior to that, and got some sparring in and stuff, and you could see that they, you know, obviously there was 3 of them from Lincoln, 4 of them actually, including Big Joe, and you know, they come down to fight, and that was you know, it was great to see, like, and obviously 2 of my boys lost to 2 of the boys from Lincoln, but it was such a great show for them as well, you know, to have them to come down and to battle it out, because it was some good scraps, you know, it was, and that's what we were pushing for again, you know, it's like 50-50 fights, and it's all about.
And the crowd was brilliant as well, Tom.
Yeah.
And they all loved Ali. They were all cheering for them. And at the end. It was brilliant. Really enjoyed it.
Yeah, and like I said, that's what Ronda Rampage is about. You know, Flow Fight Club's pushing. The reason we're building it the way we are is because it's about the fighters. It's not about us. It's not about me or Liam. You know, it's not about the staff. It's about it's about the fighters. It's about what they do. Because if it was without them, we wouldn't have a show. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's the thing. And that's the thing is, like, without them, we wouldn't have the show. We wouldn't have nothing. And it's great to have them come down. So a couple of last questions then, Paul. And obviously we're late then now. So as I got the 2 of you, what was the best fight that you've had then, Late? Is there anyone that you can reel off the top of your head, which was the most enjoyable fight that you've had?
Well, there's one fight.
I've had a couple, haven't I?
He had a good couple, really good fights. But for our Layton's hardest fight, what he took on, it's got to be against that Tala, what no one to fight. And that was for the world title. And they got in touch with us, obviously, Tala. Well, he's got the best record. He's the best fighter for our Layton's age, the best fighter for our Layton's weight. He's won everything from K1 to Thai. He's had over 100 odd fights. He's won 94 of them. And Layton put it on him. It went for 3 rounds, but he caught Layton with a naughty body shot, and it stopped Layton. I've seen it hit. Layton went down, and then he seen me. I screamed at him, "Get up!" And he got up, but I seen it in his eyes. But I give Layton his due. He got in the ring with the best pound-to-pound fighter for his age, what no one else will fight. And again, I was getting phone calls, don't let him fight him, don't let him fight him. But as you say, Layton's a game kid, he'll fight anyone. But that was a big achievement for me, for my like getting in the ring against Tala. And after the fight, little Tala come on to him and went, he put it on me there, he popped his nose, he gave it to him, but that was a big achievement. But for what Layton, he's got a good couple of good fights where what it is with Layton, he's got a heart like a lion. That's why he's Layton Lionheart. He's got a heart, and he just gives it 100%. Like, you can get fighters what come in the gym. I've seen loads of them, boss on the pads, boss in the gym, but some of them don't like getting it in the face.
Yeah.
And Layton, some fights, it takes Layton to get it in the face to make him grow. Wake up, come alive. Yeah, that's what I love about Layton.
Yeah, it's like waking up, isn't it?
Yeah, just wakes them up.
Mm-hmm. Late, do you agree with that one? So the Tyler one is one of those ones for you? That's one of your favourite ones? Yeah. And
obviously got all when he had that. We'll be fighting on that King show again. It's on in, is it June? Yeah. We've already said he's going to be fighting on it again. Probably be for the ISK. It won't be for the world title, but be for the ISK, won't it? And them gloves, obviously got the full kit. And I've told Layton he'll never wear them gloves again. That was your first world title. I'm going to put them in. Like, I'm moving. So I've got this big glass cupboard thing what's getting put in my living room. All his belts are going to be going in it, and the gloves are going to be in. They're going to be. He'll never wear them again. They're special.
That's cool, man. I like that. That's really cool. That's awesome. So, like, we're slowly wrapping it up now. So, Paul, so a couple other things now. Obviously, with you with the managing side of Layton. So, can you give us a quick insight on how that works and you know, like what it's like for you?
Being his manager,
I think the response, just the facial reaction, just kind of summed it up a little bit. Then, you know, it was just like, whew.
It's just, it's not like I planned to do. It just happened. Cause like, it just happened to me. Like, cause what I've been doing.
Yeah.
Like, what I've been helping out, like with his sponsors and his training and fights, like. Yeah. Since I've like started doing it and helping out, like at his last club, and I started being a fight promoter, like getting all the fights for Sparta when we used to be with Sparta. I just got involved, and then I got so many connections to all different clubs from all over England, and then obviously Wales, and then I've got Scotland now, and then I've got Ireland. So it was just. I enjoy doing it now, and then I don't want to stop. I just want to carry on and see if I can push it further, and I just like doing it. Yeah,
I love it.
It's a big, one of the biggest in the fight game, isn't it?
It is, and you see it in all those Muay Thai videos. It's like everyone asks, it's like what do you need? And everyone in all Thai fighters, they all say heart, because Muay Thai is pain. Heart. You know, fighting is pain, and it's the truth. And you need the heart, and obviously it's great to see. So obviously, as you said about your management, Paulie, now obviously you got Team Nolan now, which is the management side. Now, is there anything that you know that with that, is there anything that you really enjoy the aspect of that?
Of being management?
Yeah,
I enjoy it. I enjoy everything I do about it.
Mm.
It's just really, I just love being involved. I love being involved with the fight game. I love with all the sponsors. There's that many. It's hard keeping on top of it all because I've got to promote them all and go around and like get the water, the protein, the food. It's hard keeping on. It keeps me busy, and I'm a person who likes to keep busy. I'm not one of them. I can't sit in my house in the day. I'm one of them. I'm an ongoing person. I like to be doing something. I've got to be doing something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And that's
so
good.
I just like to put all that together into helping the club, what club he's fighting for, and then just keeping me little lad and keeping him busy, keeping him active. That's what it's about.
That's awesome. And like you know, as we were referencing back earlier, it just shows that having the right support network will put you into the, you know, where we're going. So what we'll do, we'll wrap this up now. So like Paul, is there any, obviously you said about your sponsors, and do you want to give them a quick shout out just to say thanks or whatever, or just a little rundown on each of them?
Well, for starters, who do you want us to start with?
That's very true.
It's one of the things. He fights for autism because obviously Layton's got a little sister. She's got autism and obviously ADHD. And for years and years, I've never knew nothing about autism. And then for a year and a half, I've learned everything about autism through his sister. And then for all these years, I've never knew Layton's got autism because half the things his little baby sister's got now, I've seen Layton do loads of them things. And because I never knew nothing about autism, I never knew my little lad had autism. It's madness. But I want to give a big shout out. Obviously, our first sponsor, Flow, man. He gives us all the best gear ever, from tops to shorts to shin pads, gloves, gummies, protein shakes, everything. Yeah. So a big thank you to you, Tom.
Always.
Where do we start there? We've got dedicated super gym. One of my gyms ago, we get our free protein from there. Raw alkaline, that's my mate's water, Daz. We get our water. Then we've got Only Scrans, where he gets his prep meals.
That name still makes me laugh.
In my worker. And then we've got Thermopod, where we do our ice baths. Muscle Fuel, where we get our protein from. He's even got his own hairdressers, where he gets his hair cut. And then got a Charge Motors, that's just one of my cousins who's bloody designer dogs. The list just goes on, but we just want to say thank you to all the sponsors for helping me little lad through his fight game.
That's awesome. Do you want to, Paul, do you want to give everybody just a quick shout out on Instagram, just so that everyone knows where to find you, especially with your management company now, and obviously with yourself, Layton, as well. Just let everybody know where to find you on your socials as well.
Yeah. What's
your username?
Layton Nolan 2024.
Layton Nolan 2024, and then obviously with Paul, you got Team _Nolan.
Yeah, Team Nolan. We fight management page. If you want to give them a little follow on Instagram,
and then
very happy with that.
Your PT one as well.
Yeah, and my own Instagram page is Paulie Nolan. Paulie Nolan PT.
Awesome. Well, guys, that's great. I just want to say thank you again for joining me, and thanks again for obviously joining and jumping on the Rampage too. Late. I can't wait to see you go in and obviously get a second belt, and look forward to it.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Tom, for that.
Awesome. Thanks very much, guys.
See you later, kid. Ta-ra, lad. Ta-ra.